Hello everyone, it's Morgan here. Welcome back to my channel and back to a new video. So I felt like I was getting into a groove. I was posting about once a week, but then I was only doing that for 2 weeks when everything kind of happened with the protests and everything. So I kind of wasn't in the mood to film. And so now I'm back and I am in the mood to film and I'm feeling like I can be productive again. So today I am filming this on Juneteenth, and also with everything going on with like the Black Lives Movement and the protests, I have decided to try to film a video with products from Black-owned brands that I have in my collection. I don't have a full face worth of stuff. So, I couldn't, I don't have a mascara from a Black-owned brand or like, a lip liner or things like that. So, I pulled out what I could. I do have an eyeshadow palette, blush and highlighter palette, eyeliner. We got a cream bronzer powder. So we're just going to try to work with what we have. I think any representation is good representation, so I'm going to do my best to do these products justice. These are all brands that I love. Well, 2 of the brands are actually new to me, so we'll be trying out some new stuff, but we're going to give these products a go today. And I also did throw in one, influencer collab because I wanted to try to do a full look. So there is one influencer collab in here, but it was a Black influencer, so we'll get to that when we get there. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So today I don't have a primer by a Black-owned brand, so I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer. This is in the shade Sand, and we're just going to use this as our eye primer today. I think you guys have seen this in my last few videos, so we'll just kind of jump past this here. This is one of the products that are newer to me. I have never used this brand before. I found out about them, I feel like a couple months ago, but then I just recently decided to purchase from them during quarantine because why not? And so this is actually a brand called September Rose Cosmetics. I think you've seen this in my eyeshadow palette video, a collection video if you watched it. This is their Brew palette. I'm just going to put this up in the screen here for you. It's really pretty. The packaging is really pretty. The little coffee cup is what has the brand name on it, September Rose. So this is Black-owned. This is a UK based brand, and this is the eyeshadow palette I'm going to use today. And it's just kind of like an everyday sort of neutral palette. You have your, your oranges, your browns, a yellow crease shade. And I believe this is like a blackish shade down here. It's kind of like a black green almost. Basically an all matte palette with the exception of these 2 glitter shades up here, or not glitter, shimmer shades. So you have a gold one and then kind of like a true gold, and then you kind of have a more coppery gold in the palette. So I think today I'm going to try to work with just doing an all matte look. And it also comes with a mirror as well, so a plus. So I think what I'm going to do first is go ahead and set the base, and I am going to do that with my JH30 brush. Y'all have seen this. This is the big fat fluffy brush that I usually use for my transition, and I'm going to go into the shade right here. This is called Tea Latte, and I'm going to go ahead and use the mirror in the palette and brush this all over to the lid to set the base. I think for the transition shade, I'm actually going to go into this yellow shade here. This is called Pumpkin Spice. Using the same exact brush, since this is my transition shade, I'm going to go ahead and jump into that one. I'll show this to you. Not a lot of kick up in the pan, so there is some, but it's not like the ABH formula. I'm going to go ahead and apply this Pumpkin Spice shade to my transition area. Not really putting it anywhere precise. I'm just kind of blending that up, to where you can still see it with my eye open there. Now taking my JH35 smaller crease brush, I'm going to go into the shade Spice Chai. That's this orange shade right here. And we are going to use that as our crease color. And the crease color just goes a little bit deep, a little bit lower than the transition color that we use. I feel like I could also go on a limb here and say that they're also really pigmented shadows as well. So that's good. The blend, they basically blend themselves. So as far as showing up on a deeper skin tone, which I would assume is the goal for most black-owned brands, is to, or for all really, is to make sure that their shades are showing up on deeper skin tones that aren't truly represented in the beauty community. So I think that for this is definitely pigmented enough to show up on deeper skin tones. And then on top of being pigmented, they're easy to work with and easy to blend as well. So double plus right there. So next I think what I'm going to do is go in with the shade called Sweet Tea. That's this burgundy red right here. And I'm just playing around with color, y'all. So this is going to go in my outer crease area here. And I'm just going to say use the same JH35 brush to do this. And for a burgundy-ish shade, not a lot of kick up on that one at all. And we're just gonna start working that one on the outer crease here. And that's a really pretty shade. So now that I got that Sweet Tea shade on, I kind of like the way the look is going. So I think what we're gonna do is just continue to work on deepening that outer crease. I'm gonna take my smudge brush here. This is again from that Ashley Tisdale set that's unfortunately unavailable or not available anymore. And I'm going to go into this shade here called Rubos. I never heard of that. Rooibos. And this is like a deeper burgundy purpley shade. So we're just going to place this on the most outer portion of the eyelid. Alright, so now that I have that shade on, I'm going to go in with the deepest shade in the palette, just a teensy bit. And this is the shade Loose Leaf right here. I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to tap into this here just a little bit. Tap off the excess of that. And we're going to apply this even less than we did the last shade. And just put that on the outer corner again, just to help create even more dimension. Just like that, just on the outer portion. Nothing too crazy there. That's looking pretty good, y'all. I like it. So now I really don't want to play, with the shimmers. I'm going to try to stay away. So now it's just deciding which matte color I want to use for my all over eye color. And I think what I'm actually going to do is go in with this shade called French Vanilla. And I am going to use my favorite all over shader brush here. This is from the It's My Ray Ray brush collection that she did when she collaborated with BH Cosmetics. This is the number 8 brush, so it's just a flat shader brush. And I'm going to use that to apply the French Vanilla shade. And I'm going to be applying this just to like the inner 2/3 of the eye. And I also didn't cut my crease or anything like that, so we'll see how pigmented this particular like white cream shade is without any cut crease. And I would say it's pretty pigmented for sure. And I'm for sure that it's also buildable, and that it is, so. Now that I have that base color down, I'm going to go ahead and kind of go back in with some of those outer crease shades that you see that we've lost a little bit after adding that French Vanilla shade. So let me try to remember which brushes I used for what. So I think we're going to go back in with the JH30. And I feel like we lost a little bit of the orange shade. So I'm kind of going to dip between Spice Chai, the orange shade that we used, and Sweet Tea. And I'm going to dip between those, and we're going to apply those to the crease area right above where we put the French vanilla shade, just to kind of bring that back into the look. Also, we're going to take the sweet tea shade again, using the same brush. And we're going to go back in just to sweet tea this time, and I'm going to help that blend into the French vanilla shade that we ended up putting on the lid. And we're going to bring that back. And I think last but not least, I'm just going to take that smudger brush that we used again and go back into the shade I can't pronounce, Rooibos, that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to apply that back to the outer parts of the eye. I'm actually really happy with this look. I haven't done a matte look in a really long time, so I'm excited with how it's turning out, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara off camera and do my brows off camera, just because I don't have any black-owned brands for those things. So I'll just be using my Essence Lash Princess, the waterproof version. And then for my brows, I'll just be using my ABH Brow Powder Duo in the shade Ash Brown. And we'll be right back. I'm back with the mascara on and my eyebrows on, and this is what the look looks like, you know, pre-base. I think it's actually really pretty. I enjoy it. That was a great palette to work with. So moving on to the face, let's jump into that. Actually, no, before we do the face, I want to go ahead and put on my liner. So if you've seen my last two eye tutorials, these liners are my new fave. So these are the Fenty Beauty liner. For those who don't know, Fenty Beauty is a line that Rihanna created. And so I think she was very revolutionary in the fact that she came out with her first launch, I believe, was 50 different foundation shades. And it was something that people were able to find their shades from the very fairest of the fair to the deepest of the deep. Everybody were able to find a foundation that could work for them. And I think for a first launch, for her to be able to accomplish that is fantastic when there's brands out here that still don't represent the full color spectrum. So really shout out to Rihanna. Her products are great. I'm sure a lot of you maybe have heard of this, or a lot of you I'm sure have heard of this brand. It's great. So I'm just going to go ahead and use her brown liner. These are called Fly Pencil Longwear Pencil Liner in the shade Big Truffle. This is her brown one. And I'm going to look down to do this. I have a mirror down here. I'm just going to apply this to the waterline. Great, so now that I have the liner on, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the face. So for face, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Juvia's Place. I have their I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. Mine is in the shade Burkina or 310, and then I also have their concealer, and this is in the shade 12. So this is, they go together, so they're really cute little babies. I love them. So Juvia's Place, also another black-owned brand. They're available in Ulta Beauty, and this, along with their eyeshadow formula, is fantastic. Like, Juvia's Place is a brand that I would recommend through and through. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this foundation is super full coverage. Like, the littlest bit goes a long way. So start out with a little, and then build up if you need to, but don't go in all ham. You don't need a lot. I promise you don't need a lot of this. So I have just a little dot here, and then I'm going to be taking my Superstar Flawless Foundation brush. This is from IT Cosmetics. I'm just going to take that on my brush, and we're going to apply this to the face here. And like, y'all, watch my skin just put on a filter before your eye. Like, so full coverage, you don't need a lot. I think the foundation itself is $20 and you get 1 full ounce, which is normal for beauty brands to put out. You get 1 full ounce. The shade match is great. They have a wonderful shade range for both their foundation and the concealer. So, you know, go to their website, take a look. Don't worry about look, watch this. So go ahead and go to their website, take a look. They have a bunch of different shades. Take a look at their eyeshadow palettes, take a look at their brushes, take a look at their highlighters, just all the things. Just take a look. This foundation again is a velvety matte finish, so it is matte, but I will say that it's not overly drying. So if you have dry skin and you don't like matte foundations much like myself, this one I feel like is a good finish for that, because it doesn't go on super dry. So as you see, this is still kind of coming out just a little bit. I'm going to cover that just a little bit. I just applied a little bit more foundation to this to help cover those trouble spots, acne scars up, and that's it. That's it. And that's just dabbing motions. I didn't even apply a lot, so that's the foundation for you. Really good. Would recommend that, especially if you're in the market for a full coverage foundation. Jumping into concealer, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Juvia's Place Concealer. I love the packaging. The color of it is so pretty. And we are going to go in again with the shade 12. And we're going to take a little bit of this. This is a doe foot applicator. And we are going to apply that to the under eye area here. Just a little bit to start. So this particular concealer is pretty close to my skin tone. I do that because I don't like having a super light under eye. So with that, I kind of use concealers that still conceal, are a little bit brighter than me, but not super bright where it looks unnatural. And to blend this out, I'm going to go ahead and take an IT Cosmetics brush. This is I think it's their Flawless Concealer brush. The thing is rubbed off because I use it so much, but this is from IT Cosmetics. You can get it at Ulta. And we're just going to go ahead and start to blend this out. And I have a mirror off to the side here, so I'm just going to look at that as I blend this out. It's full coverage. I mean, y'all can see, right? And I'm just gonna, the parts that are not blended out, kind of like in these areas, I'm just gonna take the foundation brush that I used and go over that to blend that into the skin better. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do before we do the cream bronzer that I have, I'm gonna go ahead and set the face. We're gonna be setting the face today with Beauty Bakery flour powder. This is what it looks like. So cute. If you order from their web, I don't know if it's like this in Ulta, but if you order from the Beauty Bakery website, it comes in a little flour pack as if it's really flour. It's so cute. Her whole aesthetic for her brand is so cute, but not only is it cute, like the products are actually good. So, you know, it's not just like a gimmick to have cute packaging. Her stuff is actually pretty good. I'm going in with the shade Yellow. I got this before she changed up the names and added new colors. So I'm pretty sure the packaging's still the same though. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to set my under eye area. And I'm going to look up while I do this because this will help get the powder into the creases of the under eye and set those and keep those from creasing throughout the day. This powder is finely milled. I would say it works great as an under eye powder. Like I mentioned, she does also have more powders as well. She has sponges, she has brushes, she has eyeshadow palettes, she has bronzers, she has shimmer blushes. She's got all the things. So go ahead and check her out. Again, it's Beauty Bakery. I'm pretty sure it's Black owned obviously, but then it's also owned by a woman as well. Pretty similar to some of these other brands, so. Yeah. So now that I have my under eye set, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the cream bronzer. Also from Fenty Beauty, this is their new cream bronzers. Mine is in the shade Chocolate or 06. So I've never cream bronzed. I'm not much of a contour person, so this is about to be not only a first impression, but a first time ever using cream bronzer. So bear with me as we go through this. So this is, to use this, I'm going to be using the Luxie 512 small contouring brush. That's what this looks like. And I guess we're just going to dab this kind of like in the hollows of the face. So let's check it out. A little goes a long way, I'm hearing, when it comes to these cream bronzers, so we're just going to take a little bit on the brush and see how it works out. So I'm going to look down while I'm doing this because I do have a mirror down here. And we're going to play. I feel like it is a good contouring shade because it is, I don't see this as being warm toned. And with the Quarantine 15 I done put on, it's really good probably to contour right now, so. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Do I look snatched, y'all? No, probably not. It's okay. Makeup is for fun. We just out here playing. So to set that cream product, I'm just gonna use a bronzer that I have from Morphe. This is their what is this? Their Glamour Bronze in the shade Trailblazer. I'm gonna do this real quick just to set that. Unfortunately, I don't have a powder bronzer from a black-owned brand. So we'll do that and we'll be right back. All right, and then so to set the rest of the face, I'm gonna use another Fenty Beauty product. This is her Pro Filter powder in the shade Hazelnut. So this is the setting powder shade for the range of the 300s in their foundations. And this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna use this to set my face today. And to set the rest of the face. And I'm just gonna put a little bit into the cap. And we are gonna take a large powder brush. Today I'm gonna be using my IT Cosmetics All Over Powder Brush, the number 211. This thing is big, fluffy, and luxurious, so we're gonna use it. And I'm gonna dip my brush in the powder, tap off the excess, and go ahead and apply this to all the places that we didn't set already. Okay, so now that our face is all set, we're gonna go ahead and jump into blush and highlight. Arguably one of my favorite parts of the whole makeup transformation. So today I'm gonna be using a Colored Rain palette. I actually don't have a lot from Colored Rain. I think this is it. I hear that their Queen of Hearts palette is really good, and also their eyeshadow singles, and I think their eyeshadow formula in general is really good. And then they collaborated with the show Power, and I decided to pick up this particular blush highlighter duo, and this is called My Day One. And so you have a nice pretty blush up here, and then you also have a beautiful highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these as my blush and highlight today. Okay, so first we're gonna go ahead and go into highlight. I'm gonna use my Ray Ray times BH collaboration brush. This is the number 5 from that set. This is one of the highlighter brushes that set came with. And I'm going to, the individual shades don't have names, so I'm gonna jump into the highlighter shade first. And we're gonna place this on the high points of the face. Oh my God, you guys. Definitely apply way too much, but we'll fix that. Holy smokes. I want to bathe in this highlighter. So, just in case you're wondering if I liked it or not. A little bit on the Cupid's bow, the tip of the nose. You guys. This side looks way better because on the other side I applied way too much, but let me actually go ahead and fix that real quick. I'm going to take the brush that I used to set my under eyes and go over that highlighter real quick. Just kind of help it tone down, blend it out a little bit. The blush should also help with that too. Very pretty. I don't know if this is a natural highlight, but if you're going like date night, full glam, this might be the highlight to try out for sure. I don't know if the Power stuff is limited edition, because I know they came out with this a while ago and I just got this during my quarantine. So I don't know, but if it's still available, I would definitely try it out. I know they have sales sometimes also, so check it out for sure. And then next we're gonna go ahead and go on with the blush. I feel like the blush corresponds with the Ready shades, maroon shades that we put on the eyes today. So I'm going to take a little bit of that because I'm assuming this is going to be just as pigmented as that highlight was. And we're going to put that on the apples of the cheek into the rest of the cheek. Oh, you guys, it's so pretty. My goodness. Sis is looking beat. But for real though, it's really pretty. I am loving it. Let's keep trekking. I'm gonna go ahead and set the face using my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I don't have a black-on setting spray, so I know Beauty Bakery does. Okay, and last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and jump into lips. So this is where the collaboration is going to come in. So I don't have any lip products. I guess I could have just used a Fenty gloss, but I feel like I've used Fenty enough in this video that I should, you know, try to use some other products from other brands. So I decided to bring in collaboration with a Black YouTuber. I mentioned her products before. So this is the ColourPop times Makeup Shayla collaboration. I know they've also collaborated with Ellery as well. If you're looking for another Black influencer they collaborated with, that's one. And so she came out with, you know, 2 eyeshadow palettes, lip glosses, liquid lipsticks, actual lipsticks. So that's what I'm going to be using today. She also came out with a lip liner. Y'all have probably seen this in my last video that I did a tutorial on. So this is the her lippy pencil in the shade BFF4. It's a really, really dark brown. And then we also have her one of her lipsticks she came out with in her first collaboration. This is in the shade Come On Sis. That's what that looks like. It's very neutral. I feel like this will work well with the eye look that we did, because I don't know if I want the lipstick or the lips to be super vibrant because the eyes are really colorful in my opinion. So we're gonna just stick to neutral. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips and apply that lipstick, and we'll go ahead and check out the final look when I come back. All right, y'all, so that's it. This is what the look looks like. I am really enjoying how my look came out. The eyeshadow look is really pretty, really sunsetty vibes. Like, I'm getting like a I'm sorry, my dog is here with me. But I'm getting like a really like sherbet vibe. Like, I want to go eat some sherbet right now with this eye look. So I think it's really pretty. Loving the way the base looks. Really love that highlighter blush combination. I think that that really pulled the look together. I would 100% recommend all of these products that I used that were Black owned. Definitely recommend, especially this eyeshadow palette, y'all. Great job to September Rose Cosmetics. Super excited to see what else they come out with in the future. They have 2 other eyeshadow palettes that I know of that are really colorful, the Slush 1 and Slush 2. So if you're really into rainbow colored eyeshadow palettes, go check them out because I can tell you right now the formula of this brand is great. Color Rain, Beauty Bakery, Fenty. I have some Girl Meets Makeup palettes, the Jackie Aina collaboration. There's plenty of Black owned brands to support. And I feel like given the climate that we are in at this particular time, I think that it's great to support the Black community. Absolutely. I just hope that everyone out there is staying safe, staying healthy. Keep playing with your makeup, keep doing things that make you feel good, make you feel happy and all that. And I will definitely catch y'all in my next one. I promise I'm going to get on an upload schedule. I just kind of got derailed the last couple of weeks. So I will for sure be getting on an upload schedule. And yeah, so go ahead and like, subscribe this video if you enjoyed it. Again, my name's Morgan and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.